Oh, hi! Today we're making wands. I know I've done this a couple times before, but there was also a lot of frustration, and rightly so, on some of yours ends coming from your side that I did not show more of the process of me making the wands. There's definitely been a change in my videos since then where I just let myself do my thing more now, where they're more make and chat style, where I always film the chattier bits and show you more of what's happening, but for some reason back then I felt like I had to cut so much stuff out and just keep it succinct. But like, my videos aren't straight on tutorials, and I think that's part of the fun of them, is it's like hanging out with me, for better or worse. Some of you seem to like that aspect, so I would like to keep doing that side of things. So anyway, I'm in prep mode for a Harry Potter market I'm doing. Last time I made 7 wands and they were all gone before the event even technically started, so I have a mountain over here and we're gonna knock through some stuff. I was gonna play Harry Potter movies, but my CD drive on my computer is kind of not working properly, and yes, me and my computer are old enough that I'm used to using it for watching movies, but it doesn't want to do it these days. So instead I have Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I envy Prudence so much. She's such a badass. Short hair envy, man, says the person with 3/4 of their head shaved, but like very jealous of her whole aesthetic. Yeah, this is gonna be at least my entire day today, if not also into the upcoming week. We'll see how fast I get at putting these together, and like, I like having fun with the design, so if one is going to be a little more time intensive, I would like to let my creative whims take me where they want to go. So first things first is I gotta turn these into something interesting. So I have my trusty little Dremel guy. Someone asked what specific one I have, and it's the Dremel 3000, or as I call him, on Dremel 3000. I sure hope at least one of you gets that. Let's get to sanding some tips. I was literally grabbing my camera to say, boy, I hope I don't make a huge mess with this. And they're cleaned up now, but I dropped all my drill bits and woke up Bert, or he was just trying to nap like a good boy. But I'm a terrible pet mom and I spooked the shit out of him. But yeah, there's probably gonna be a lot of dust with this. I should have some type of dust collection device happening, or at least be wearing a mask. But I've also been exposed to so many fucking chemicals and shit over the years. Like, this is not gonna hurt me more than any of that stuff already has. So I'm just gonna go with it. Sorry for not taking better safety precautions. I recommend you do to protect yourselves if you do something like this. So the only problem with trying to watch a show I haven't watched yet while using a Dremel is I can't hear half the shit they're saying. So I figured I'd go with a movie that I apparently watched every day as a child, even though it doesn't hold up as well these days. Oh hi, it's a couple days later. I have been making all the wands. I didn't actually know how many I had to make, but it's between 60 and 70, and that's a shitload. So all the tips got dremeled down, but not too pointy, just because there's probably gonna be a lot of kids at this market and I don't want them stabbing each other. Plus, like, this particular shape is how I always pictured whatever wand I would end up with. So I've spent last night and almost half of today making the handles, or adding the handles, I guess. Molding the handles, perhaps. And I have done 50 of them so far, so the last like dozen or so are what I'm going to be showing you. It's surprisingly hard to do some shapes that don't end up looking super phallic, like this one had to get changed partway through because I realized what territory we were heading into. There are probably some people that wouldn't mind that, but again, there will be children at this market, so I'm trying to be a little chill about it. And yes, I do have a video up that is titled 38 minutes of Brendan Urie singing Disney songs because I'm a trash person, but it's something that I don't actually have to pay attention to. I should just switch to a podcast, but I also have a meeting in a little while and I'm trying to let my brain wander without it being dead silent in the room. So when I listen to a podcast and I have anything else on my mind, I literally don't hear the words that are happening in the room. And that happens with audiobooks too. If I'm thinking of something else while I'm driving, I go so deep into my own brain that I will miss entire chapters of an audiobook because I just get absorbed in whatever thoughts are happening. My thumb and forefinger on my left hand are nice and angry and red because even though I'm doing the water trick that I'm going to show you once my hot glue gun has heated up, you still catch and burn yourself sometimes. And yeah, doing 50 of these so far has definitely fucked with my hand a bit today. I have a mini one. For what I'm doing, I really should just invest in a bigger one, but using the one that I currently have cost me $0. And I also had a pack of 100 mini glue sticks to use up. Again, free. So I'm gonna finish all of this off and then maybe down the road look into buying myself a bigger one. I know I've had a bigger one in the past. I have gone years without using a hot glue gun because I don't actually love it except for stuff like this. I would rather always sew the thing than hot glue something on. It hurts my heart and my soul when people make a costume and they just hot glue all the bits on. I don't know what my aversion is to it. But as mentioned, I do like it for this trick. And all that you do, get a glob of hot glue wherever you want it to go. And you can do so many different things with it. And then you just dip your hand in some water. Have a big ass measuring cup over here. Very dirty, but we're gonna work with it. And get whatever surfaces you're gonna touch this with wet, so it gives you a barrier. It's still gonna be hot, but it's not gonna stick to you. And you're just gonna mold it. And you can keep dipping your fingers. It's just room temperature water. The colder the water is, the faster the hot glue is gonna dry. So you can shape it however you want. And yes, I'm just gonna use my face to push this in because I ain't got time to use my hands. They're occupied with other things. If you do the thing that I've been doing all morning, which is why I have so many burns on my hand, and let the hot glue gun sit for too long and it gets like way too hot and the glue's like super runny, maybe give it a second until it gets some of its elasticity back and like isn't just gonna pour everywhere. So you can kind of pinch it into a shape like that. You can round it out, you can pull it out even more so it's like a really big thin flange. And as you can see, I'm just doing like very quick touches. I'm not like mushing my finger into it. Because if you have like a big glob of hot glue, you just ram your hand right in the middle. I think it's gonna end up burning you, basically. And I have done that a couple times this morning, just flying too close to the sun with this technique. And yeah, then I start another section, just dipping my fingers before every time I touch it. Hi, we're on whatever day of this project. I have sculpted 67 fucking wands and it's so cold. Y'all, it's so many. No wonder my hands are sore. So now it's time to oh, I didn't even turn my studio lights on. Real goddamn professional over here. So I've got my coffee. I got some podcasts going. I got a sleepy little Bert hanging out down here. I also have some water because it's so incredibly dry as well as cold outside and I feel like a corn husk of a person. My hands have that nice sheen to it because I had to put on some heavy duty lotion so they didn't crack. Just that New England glam life, you know? The next step here is to dig out all my paint supplies. Here's is the base coat for everything so far. Okay, my eyes hurt, so I'm not turning the studio lights on, but I got base coat on all of them, as I just showed you, and then I spent the morning doing various shades of this gold situation. I let the orange show through some of them because I thought that would still be fun. I did the rest of the orange ones in this brown for the wood. I let that dry while I was gone at work, and now I'm going to paint these. I had a really badass Hufflepuff themed outfit on earlier. I guess I am wearing my Hufflepuff pajama pants that I got paint on, but because I got paint on it, I have dubbed this my painting outfit because I didn't want to splatter paint all over the clothes I was wearing earlier. So yes, I'm realizing I'm complaining about a thing that I can't even show you. Anyway, I'm gonna put on some music or a podcast or something and paint some more stuff. I hope I get the rest of these done before the end of tonight because I would like to show you all a finished video. I mean, I've shown you a wand start to finish. This one is done. It's completely at its final phase. This is how I'm going to sell it to people. So like, ta-da! But anyways, just in case I don't get the rest of these done, I want to show you a finished result. And then, yeah, I do just one main coat for the wooden part just because it takes the paint very easily. I do build up a thicker coat of paint on the handle just because it has a different texture and a lot of the surface is smoother, so I kind of dab it on rather than doing brush strokes because I don't want it to wipe itself away as I'm putting it on. Hopefully I have remembered to just use this part as a voiceover and you are watching the process currently, so I don't need to describe it to you. You can see it with your own eyeballs. Okay, I had to get creative with how I was drying things, so here we are. But, oops, this batch is done. They're all dry. I just like to make sure none of the color is gonna come off the handle bit where I know the wood's gonna be fine. I'm gonna say not too bad. I do still have the white and black ones to do, but that is for later today. It is Saturday morning. It is not even 5:30 a.m. I'm going to start editing this and snuggle my puppy while I do it, and then go have a family Thanksgiving a little bit early. Fucking mosquito flying around. It is November 16th. What are you doing? Oh, before I go, I would like to say a huge thank you to both Fawn, who just joined Patreon, and Sarah, who bumped herself up to the Mailtime perk tier. It is such an incredibly huge help, and I'm so thankful to have both of you on my team. And yeah, I do think that free tickets for this Harry Potter market I'm making these for is done, but if there's stuff you would like to buy from my Etsy shop, I'll certainly link to that in the description and you can get some stuff for yourself. I know most of you aren't local. And thank you to everyone that's been watching my videos and encouraging me on here and chatting with me through like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. It means a lot having such a cool crew to roll with, you know? Alright, it's too early to be this deep in the cheese, so I'm gonna go do the editing thing. I will see you all back here with another video on Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for hanging out. Oh, how I wish I had someone to talk to.